What a beautiful face I have found in this place that is circling all around the sun. What a beautiful dream that could flash on the screen in a blink of an eye and be gone from me. Soft and sweet, let me hold it close and keep it here with me. And one day we will die and our ashes will fly from the aeroplane over the sea. But for now we are young, let us lay in the sun and count every beautiful thing we can see. Love to be in the arms of all I'm keeping here with me. What a curious life we have found here tonight. There is music that sounds from the street. There are lights in the clouds and there's ghosts all around. Hear a voice as it's rolling and ringing through me. Soft and sweet, how the notes all bend and reach above the tree.
Finally racing season, but before we can actually get to racing, it's time for a Civil War. Nathan versus Nathan.
507!
508, 509, 510. Perfect. Oh my God, 512. 534, 535, 538. Nice. 541. 548. 553, 554, 555. 6 flat. 822. 645. Nathan coming through at 716.
1032. Let's go! Connor was 1021. Kyle 1017. Cooper 12 or 1015. What's my own? 1056. 11:15, 11:17. 10:20 or 11:28. Jay Will. Nice job. 11:43. Come on, Chad, let's go, Logan. 54, 55, 11:56. 11:58. 11:57 actually. It's away, it's away, it's away. 12:13. It's away, Evan. Come on, Thomas. The same. 12:20. 12:25. 12:59. That's away, that's away. Cam, 13:56. 17:30. Great job, Nathan. 15:40. Way to go! Boom!
I'm feeling very confident going into the season at time trial. I think I can actually complete a 5K. That's a big step up for me. I got some annoying guys to my right. I see Evan, Nathan, all that, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah.
Like you already asked me, or? Start I feel like it went pretty well. I mean, didn't exactly get the time that I was hoping for, but I got roughly where I wanted to be placement-wise, so I'm excited for the season, hoping it goes well.
Feeling pretty good. Senior year, so that has me a little worried, you know, don't want to fall off senior year and then have it be just that's it, but I feel like I'm gonna do okay.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, we got some guys working hard. We're looking like we're well ahead of where we were last year's time. I thought last year we were a good team. Didn't get to end the way we wanted it to, but you know, we keep working like we're working. You know, we're gonna see some really good performances. We got some pretty big goals.
Good.
It was a close race, but in the end, there could only be one winner, and because Coach K switched which team Riley was on before the race started, Team Nathan took the win. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. This is just a preseason startup. Let's get into the real thing.
Oh, what a night. Late December back in '63. What a very special time for me. As I remember.
Let's go, PXC!
Oh, what a night. You know, I didn't even know how.
It was my first cross-country race of my high school career, and to be honest, that race, it was a really fun race to run. Running it at night especially made it like 10 times better. I got to run with Nathan, which was pretty cool. I stuck with him. He kind of paced me for like half the race, and then I started pulling away from him, and I kept going, and I felt really good the whole race. I ended up placing 13.
So, as runner of the week.
We're not doing this now.
Yes, we are.
Alright, I don't want to talk about this race, but I know that I need to, considering it was my only varsity race. I went out first mile, I think it was 5:40, and then second mile I came through at 12:15, and that's 5:40 to a 6:35. Yeah, a 6:35 second mile, which is scary. That should never have happened, and I really don't know what caused it, but I mean, I'm moving on and realizing that it was one of two things. It could have been asthma or it could have been pacing, but I'm leaning towards asthma. I've put in the work to go under a good time, but it just hasn't showed up. But yeah, I really don't like this race, not because of the course, but more so because of how I ran that day.
A lot of people hated that race. I personally just mildly disliked it. Lighting was terrible. There were spots on the wooded area in the back that had some light, and then there was some that they just had pitch black and you couldn't actually see anything. I mean, that combined with not being able to breathe in the second mile because, I was recovering from being sick for some reason. Whose idea was that? But it all just added up to a terrible race, and you have room to get better. In other news, there was not any good footage from that race. I made do with what I had, but AC/DC rocks.
All right, yeah, it's kind of funny this week. Last week I thought we ran really well, but you talk to our guys after the race, there was a lot of anger, a lot of upset. Maybe not placing exactly where we wanted to place, but I think we finished like 12th and 15th place. Not fourth amongst some of the best teams in the state. But the way I look at it, fourth place is a super crowded, packed field. 4 guys under 17, PR for number 5. A lot of other guys running well. We should be pumped up. First race of the season done. Many more good ones to go.
So pasta, anyway. My favorite, probably spaghetti, followed very closely by lasagna, then maybe rigatoni, and probably rotini. And then those little bow tie pastas, the stuff that they make mac and cheese out of. There's an owl on that roof. Anyway, I hosted pasta night. The race was okay, by the way. Running a night was pretty funky. I literally can't.
How do I feel about this race? Not happy at all about it. I'm pretty mad about it. Definitely not my best race at all. But I just gotta move on from it. But one thing that annoyed me during the race was when Cooper tripped me up with about 800 meters left in the race. Cooper knows what he did, hopefully. Just cut me off on a turn that was unnecessary to cut me off at, and he clipped my foot and I hit my foot on a pole. Had to stick my hand on the ground to keep myself from falling. Never said sorry during or after the race, so I'll watch out, Cooper. I'll get him back.
I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't do it.
Well, hi there. How's it going?
How'd I race this Saturday? I'd say I raced pretty good, I had a 7:21 first mile, didn't slow down by more than a minute. Slowest mile was I did slow down by a minute, but slowest mile was 8:30. Feeling pretty confident going into Ashland that I could get somewhere in the 23s, We'd be so far, life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello.
God, I hate this.
Shaboom, and hoping we'll meet again. Boom, shaboom.
I'm not super happy with how the race went. Coach always hypes me up before every bad race I've ever had, honestly. And he was telling me it's my time and you got this and all that. I didn't run great, but good humbling experience. I feel like my whole career has been a humbling experience, honestly, which is kind of annoying. But you gotta take your losses, and then 2 days later, you gotta put it away, get back to work, and I think I'll have a good bounce back race.
Hey, so you...
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. Get ready. Get ready. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. it like rocket fuel.
All right, Ashland Invitational. It's a fun meet. Second year we've been there. The thing that stands out to me about that was just how dominant we were. We won pretty easily over Worcester as a team, and if they would have had a JV race, we would have taken the top 4 places overall. So just a really good day for the whole team. Lots of fast times. Cooper being 3 seconds behind Kyle that day was huge, and our top 4 was great. Got Dom back that day, his first race action of the season. Seeing him in Austin run well was great to see. And like I said, those JV guys just all pushing through with those low 19s or faster. It was really good to see. Definitely a fun meet. Lots of awards. Looking forward to going back there.
I was feeling great going into it. Definitely by far was my best race of the season. I mean, we won that meet, so that was really cool. So I ran a 16:19, and I placed, I believe, 8th overall. Alex placed 9th, and I forget what Kyle placed. Might have been 6th. I don't remember. Kyle probably placed higher than that, but I remember being like, I was right behind Kyle, and I was like really pushing to get a little bit closer to him, but I mean, by far I felt great during the race, and that was our first race where Dom did pretty well as well. And, yeah, so those are my thoughts on Ashland.
Ashland. I liked this meet a lot. I can still remember the start of that race. We got out so well. We were like a checkered blanket. I remember hearing a guy yell, "Look, it's like a picnic on the course." I was like, wow, that's really weird. I found myself towards the front of the race, which was probably one of the first races ever that I was up front the whole time. Coming into the second mile, I found myself in second place, which is not a position I've held long. I ran the whole third mile by myself, which is weird. I'm used to chasing people, and the first place guy was so far ahead of me, so that wasn't happening. But I could do my best to try and keep third and fourth off my tail, and I did not. I got dropped at the line, which sucks. But yeah, I don't know, Ashland. One of my favorite meets of the season, I'd have to say. Obviously, winning it was huge as a team. Really put us on the map, I think, from the beginning. And I don't know, it was cool to start the season off with a nice big win.
Right there!
A runner-up was 30 seconds around, Class 2 race. judging by the fact that the guy said on your marks, as me and Alex were running to the line because we're stupid. That's how it went.
Oh, I have to be on schedule. It's 8:29. We better start early so we can get this D2 race at 1:15 instead of 1:30.
Walsh it's a course that, you know, it's not easy. It's not super difficult, but it's a true course. You know, you got up and down hills. You know, they still mark it with the red, yellow, and blue poles. This is the first time we've ever won this meet. We've been second a few times, but you know, going into it the way we've been running, I kind of expected to win. We got the job done. It's a great chance to beat Hoover. You know, start, you know, first time we've seen that. Connor's race really stuck out to me that day. He was a lot more confident, looked like the Connor of last year. Kyle, once again, was just really good up front, just passing guys all the way to the end. Alex and Cooper did what they always do, you know, super strong, 3-4 typically. And Dom breaking 17 the first time in the second race of the season was just awesome. From that moment on, I thought, you know, if we keep this rolling, this is a state team. Hayden and Nathan Singo breaking for the first time. That was real exciting. And it's just unfortunate that, you know, looking back at Nathan missed almost the rest of the year after that race because he was on track to run a big PR.
We won, obviously. Big dubs. It was my first time breaking 20, and that was phenomenal. Felt really, really, really good to finally break 20. 3 years constantly going after it, never getting there. Felt really good to finally get there.
Now, what generally goes through my mind in a race is first, oh my gosh, this is so fast, I'm going to die, to more of a, yeah, this is chill, I can keep this pace, and then back into a, but to cope with this, I've resorted to kind of playing songs until they got stuck in my head, kind of like a jukebox. And I'd say, I firmly believe that this has actually helped me in my races a ton.
Awesome. Wait. You didn't give me time to, I used to rule the world. Chunks would load when I gave the word. And every night I go stowaway from the mobs I used to slay.
Make the little girls dance, cause I'm rock and rollin'. It really doesn't matter that you're hard to please, cause when you give me your smile, I'm just for straight controlling. Oh, it's a Lisa. Oh, it's a Lisa. Oh, it's a Lisa. Gonna do a voodoo dance until you feel my power now.
There you go, Cooper! There you go, Kyle!
Can't see anybody.
Come on, Jack, let's get up a little bit! Let's go, Owen! There we go, Dom! Let's go, Alex! There we go, Austin! Go, Riley! Come on, Owen! Let's go, Kyle! That's the way, Coop! Brother power! Brother power!
Boardman Spartan Invitational. This was the meet where I said to myself, we're going to state. I don't know if the guys realize that yet, but there was 45 teams in that race, and we got third overall. We beat all the teams we needed to beat locally. We were only beaten by St. Ignatius, who always one of the best teams in the state, and Northern Allegheny from Pennsylvania, who state champs a bunch of times in Pennsylvania, so no shame losing them. It's the only time we see them. We didn't even care. To get third in that field and run well on that course made me just know that, hey, all we gotta do is do that same race again. You don't have to do anything special. Just run our race, and we went and got it done that day. It was really humid. The ground wasn't super firm, so it was slow overall. It was our slowest course up to that point. And we still had Kyle and Connor under 17 each, Kyle way under. And then we had Alex and Cooper running in the 17s. Dom just barely over, but he was where he needed to be. There was hundreds of guys in this race. JV, it was a tough race with how many guys are in that field. And it's tough too when you're not, a super key, contributing varsity guy to go and run fast or run a good race when you know you're not going to run a fast time. But no complaints. We ran well. I mean, seeing how things went for other teams that day, and even this, like on our girls' side, our guys got through it. We pushed hard. Can't ask for anything.
Okay, so I just finished a 10-mile run through the woods at night. It was crazy. I was alone, but it gave me a lot of time to think. It was 10 miles, So this is right after Boardman, right? A lot of guys feel bad. We still finished third. We beat all the teams in our federal league. We beat all of them, and we still finished third. And one of them's out of state. We don't have to worry about them at all because we're trying to make the state meet, so we can still. This is crazy. Take the next week off from racing to try to help people recover, and because Kyle and Cooper are doing children's play, gotta say it's kind of lame, but it's smart. I'm at a loss for words at the moment because I still have a cramp and my head hurts from the run. I need to get a drink. I need water. I think I'm dehydrated. But main point. With this week off, we should be unstoppable. We just got to get everyone feeling 100% again.
After the race. So, and we get third place by 1 point over Hoover. That was just so cool to me. How we got third place at Boardman. And the only teams that beat us was St. Ignatius, which, they're really good. And then also the Pennsylvania's #1 cross-country team. Like, their state. Yeah. So, getting third place was really cool at that meet. So, I also had a lot of fun there. Watching the JV. That was a lot of fun. So, and then next.
Race time, let's go. Coach J will. Alex is recording me, so I will record him. Yeah.
Alex taking the video. Now, who has the better video? That's the question.
I do. No, a contender.
I'm not recording. That's how good my video is.
Switch the angles up there.
That's how good. Hey, what's up with this?
Really?
What's up with this guy?
3 people recording now. How long do we have enough video on me? Why don't we get another?
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. YouTube. Point your cameras at each other.
Why? I'm wasting tape.
You're actually recording?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up with this? What's up with this? What's up with this, huh?
Hey.
What's up with this?
What's up with this?
What's up with this?
What's the deal?
What's the deal with the airline food?
Alright, I'm not wasting any more tape.
It is.
Yeah, don't waste any more tape.
Whoa, Riley, let's go! Yeah! He's leading the race! Yeah, Owen!
struggle from yelling. He just made a pass right on camera. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we're rolling. All right. I ran fast, and then I ran fast, and then I keep running fast. So I went through the mile in like 5:30. It was good. I was in, I don't know, like 5th place or something. And then I kept on moving up. And then I think I was in 3rd for the whole 3rd mile. I slowed down a little bit, but it's all right. I almost broke 18. I'll get there next week.
Riley got out really hard and was competing up front. He had started hurting. I think he had a shot to maybe win it the way he was running at that point in the season. Owen Rare just suddenly looked like the most confidence he'd ever had on the cross course. And he yelled at me, "It's just fun, coach." That was fun watching. And he and Logan going and placing really high overall, I think 3rd and 4th. Komeski just running really good, solid time, PRing.
Okay, Strongsville. This was one of the best races I think I had during the year, being literally, I think, 1 second off of my PR. Started off, I think it was relatively close to the front, but then I just kind of moved up because I started off way easier than I usually would, and then I just kind of took off from there. I came through the 1st mile, I think it was 5:40, which is faster, and if you think back to Riverside, that's exactly what I went through. And so I was kind of worried that what happened at Riverside would happen again, but I knew that I was like, there's no way this is happening again. So I pushed through, came through the 2nd mile, I think at 11:50, and then finished at 18:36. So I'm really happy about that. I mean, I would have liked to go like 18:20 this race because I'd been pushing myself the entire year as much as I could. Pretty good race though.
Okay, so next up, Strongsville. Strongsville, definitely one of my favorite races of the season. Even though I ran JV, that was like the only medal I got this season. Okay, so that race, starting out that race, it wasn't the best because I got stuck behind a group of guys in the start going around the soccer field, and I had to push hard to get through those guys and up to where I wanted to be. And pushing through that was definitely one of my tougher races, even though the course itself wasn't that hard. I still had a pretty hard time with it, but I was able to push through. Ended up finishing 4th, right behind Owen Rare, which I was happy about. We both got medals, which was amazing. And it overall felt like an amazing race, even though the start wasn't what I wanted. I don't remember the time, honestly, but great race. Yeah, overall, pretty well. Nice Strongsville.
Here we have an unexpected victim.
You just walked a break. Oh my god. Get out of here. Oh my.
Jay. I said stop. I'm not getting paid enough.
Let's go, Kyle! That's the way, Connor! Way to go, Kyle! That's the way, Connor! That's the way, Cooper! Let's go, Alex! There you go, Dom! There you go! There you go! That's the way, Austin Riley!
Just in front of 3K right here.
That's the way, Connor! You're 12, Connor! You're 13, Connor! Work with them! Work with them! You're 24, Alex! You can go with this pack, Alex! 24! You're 25, Coop! Hang on there, Coop! Hang on there, Coop! Come on, Alex! Out! That's Hoover's fine right in front of you! It's his first place! Come on, down! Come on, get going! Come on, brother! That's the way, Joe! Way to go, Joe! Got a good group to run with you, Joe. Nice shot! Let's go, Evan! That's the way, Hayden! Get through there, Hayden! There you go, Gabe and hit! That's the way, Gabe! Way to go, Cam! Run with Gabe, Cam! Let's go, Nathan! Come on, Trent! There you go, Nathan! Don't get stuck going slow. Don't get stuck going behind slow, guys. Keep on moving up. Way to go, Trent! That's why, Bubba Chubs! Right with these guys, you got this! Good job, man! Come on, man! Good job, Ryan, you're looking good! Let's go, Joe! Good job, Bono! Wide turn, wide turn, wide turn! Good hard turn, Joe, good hard turn! Way to go, Hayden! I see that smile as you get around these guys! That's the way, baby, with that pull! Good hard turn, good hard turn! Big PR coming, Gabe! Let's go, Evan, come on, Evan! Use your arms! Use your arms, don't let it strike, come on, Evan! Come on, JJ! Come on, Cam! Way to go, Cam, come on, Cam! Push it down that hill! Good hard turn, let's get around this guy, he's slowing down, let's jump that stride like Meredith! Yeah, Cam.
I do have the shirt, Alex. Let's go.
County really was just the beginning of the end of the season. Competition started getting real. You started really seeing the same teams in it was the district course, basically. Personally PR'd. That was nice. Didn't PR again, though, but...
Stark County meets. You know, actually, probably one of our worst races of the year. Wasn't a bad race, but, you know, 5th place overall. You know, we didn't really beat anybody other than Glen-Oak, the teams we wanted to beat. You know, I think if we had been 4th, it'd felt a lot better. Wasn't mad by any means. You know, we still ran a solid day. You know, couldn't really say that, you know, guys didn't compete where they should be. I mean, we had 4 guys get medals. You know, Dom ran the best race he's ever run on Bronx course, and you know, getting to run 9 guys, seeing, you know, Owen Rare and Riley both PRs, or 8-9 guys, it was fun to see. But the thing that kind of stands out that day was, you know, especially looking back with hindsight, was seeing how Logan did. You know, Logan wasn't going to run the varsity race that day. I didn't think he was ready. I guess I was an idiot, but you know, Owen found out the day before that his doctor didn't think he should race, and I agreed with it, you know, because he still didn't look like he was fully healthy yet. And we basically asked Logan the day before, like, do you want to run varsity or JV? I would have been fine either way. You know, it might have felt good to run up in front of the JV race, but he got in that varsity race, he just went. And next thing you know, he's our number 6 guy, runs under 1750, and he was there to stay.
The first race I broke 18, which I was completely blown away by. And I felt amazing the whole race. That was when I started running varsity again, and from that point on I ran varsity the rest of the year, because I proved that I belonged in varsity. I felt amazing that whole race, and it was overall just a great race for me. That's county.
There you go, Riley! That's the way, Joe Thomas! There you go, Thomas, Joe! Nice job, Cam and Evan! Keep that start open there, Cam! There you go, Gabe, that's the way, Hayden!
Let's go, Riley! You're looking smooth, Riley! Keep that up! Let's go, Thomas! There you go, Thomas! Let's go, Joe! Need you to race for this pack, Gabe! Keep it going! Let's go, Evan and Hayden! Good job, Cameron! There you go, Nate! Got Thomas, 12:58. There you go, Hayden! Hayden, 13:06. Got Joe, 13:09. Just keep pushing, Joe. I need you to find someone and stick with him, Evan. 13:39. Got Gabe at 14:03. Let's go, Gabe! Times are slow today, Gabe. You need to pick someone to race with him. Got Cameron, 14:37. Keep going, Cam. One more mile. Good job, Nate. 15:22.
Kyle, thumbs up.
What's up? It's Dominic here. I'm talking about Legends. Legends was a really cool meet. It was very muddy. I got mud in my mouth. There's a meet, there's a clip. Maybe it will be posted right here. Boom. See that gives you that? It's in my belt. But Legends was really dope. It was definitely a very hot, crappy day, but we all went out there. We ran our race. We ran well. And it was definitely a memorable experience. We got some cool pictures out of it. But overall, tough race.
Ooh, Legends. Okay, this is definitely one of my favorites. So much going through my mind during this race. Walking up there, seeing all that mud on that course, it makes me so nervous and excited at the same time. I know there's a lot of guys out there that don't do mud very well, but I think as I've shown this season, the muddy races are my best races. And it turns out that's exactly what happened. I went out there and pushed hard, stayed strong, and crushed some really good guys, which is exciting. It was good to see a lot of the team do really well at that meet too. For 4 Legends medals, I think that's pretty sweet, because those, as everyone knows, are the best medals. Kind of sad that the other medals don't even come close to that, but it doesn't matter, because we have Legends medals now, which is sick. And I expect to see a lot more out of the next couple years, I suppose.
Legends meet. Yeah. Wasn't very fast this year. Covered in mud the whole way. Run the last, I think the 14th race of the day was our varsity. The 12th was a JV. It was one of those things where you had to come with the mindset that you were going to be tougher than the guy next to you. And really, it was probably one of our worst races. We finished where I thought we'd finish, but it just shows we were so much better than everybody else that we could not be on our top of our game that day, that we could actually go and beat, everybody other than Ignatius Heads and Louisville, running just an okay race. But the one that stands out that day is Kyle. And Kyle went and beat some real dudes that day. And, I think from that point on, he felt like, it doesn't matter what the weather's like, I'm going to go crush it. And it's funny because he and Connor and Alex, they all got those medals, and they were talking about it since last year when that meet got canceled. Really sweet medals at the Legends meet. And, it's a tough day for a lot of guys, really our slowest times of the year by far, and for most. And, it was a couple things stuck out though that day, and the JV side of things. I really thought that was where we saw Thomas really come on, and he was competing real hard, wasn't that far behind, what our number 7 guy was that day. So really closed that gap, and let's see more of that. I think that was really good to see. Just go out there and knowing you're not going to run a fast time, but still racing, competing. That's what we need to see more of coming forward in the future for a lot of our guys. It's not going to always be about the time. You have to really get after it and beat your competition. Because I don't care how fast you run, as long as you win. When you beat some guys.
I'm doing the second one just for you, Alex, because I know you want it. I'm going to talk about Legends, because I feel like nobody wants to talk about Legends, because it was garbage and terrible and the worst and sucked. So basically, it rained in Trumbull County for 8 hours the day before. It was terrible. JV ran first and took a few steps around the barn there, and my ankle was under some mud.
By the time I finished my race, I had mud on my forehead, in my mouth, in my nose, in my ear, around my eye, up my back. It looked like I pooped myself. It was terrible. My time sucked, which is terrible because Legends is typically a fast course. I was looking forward to it all year, only to be disappointed.
So Legends was tough. I mean, to start with, I didn't even have spikes that worked. I put too long of spikes in because I anticipated the mud, and then I realized I would have broken my ankle if I would have worn those because it was still a couple spots of pavement. And what happened was I stripped them trying to take them out, and I ended up seeing if anyone could take them out on other teams, trying to like bribe them into like, hey, you could have $20 if you can take this out, and no one could take it out. So I ended up borrowing Thomas's spikes. He had track spikes in them. They got super muddy. Even after he used them, they got worse with me. But yeah, it was crazy. This is one of those weird instances where it was better to take the outside of each turn because it was less muddy. Like, I made a lot of passes going the long way around, which is crazy. But yeah, ended up getting a medal, which is dope because Legends has the biggest medals ever. It's the last time I got a medal at Legends was in 8th grade, so glad to be doing that again. Yeah, team did really well, and it was great being back there.
Oh my.
Troy Owen, way to go, Riley! Nice and smooth, nice and smooth!
Let's go, Owen! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, Gage! Thank you. Let's go get him! Woo! Coach is gonna hate me.
Keep those arms going, that's the way, Riley! Stay tough, that's the way! Good solid form, looking strong, you worked for this, you got it! That's the way, Riley, there you go, Owen! That's the way, Owen! That's the way, Owen, there you go, Owen! Let's go, Thomas, let's go, Joe! That's the way, guys, working together, making some moves here. Hey, way to go, Gabe, go, Evan! Nice job, guys, nice job! Rolling, Evan! Roll, strong form, just like Meredith there, kid! That's the way, that's the way!
Let's go, Owen! Yeah, you're looking great. Come on, keep up. You got this. Let's go, Riley. Don't fall back. You got this. Let's go. I'm gonna die. Let's go, Owen. Keep moving up. Let's go. You got this. You guys are moving up nice. Keep going. Keep going. Go get that pack. Let's go. Work together. Let's go, Hayden. Come on, catch those two back up. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Come on, guys. You got to go get Hayden. You got this. Yeah. Smile at the camera. Let's go, Cammy. Get around this pack. There's no one over here, so my loudness feels unneeded. Get out there, Oregon!
There you go, Connor, go! 6 and 7! That's the one, Alex! Way to go, Alex! You're 12 X! Let's go, Connor! Come on, Alex!
Go! You got Jackson kids on your heels. Go! Go, Alex!
Come on, Cooper!
Come on! Just finish at 5.
Let's go, Dom!
Go, Dom, go! Go!
Go, Logan!
Come on, little man. Good job, man.
Austin!
Go, Austin! Yeah! Don't shake your head at me!
Feds was a solid race. I was kind of expecting a little bit more from Feds, but it was a good first race back, I think. I had an iconic move. For the first 50 meters, I was leading the race, and I turned to the boys and I said, let's effing go, you know? And I proceeded to fall back quite a bit. So what are you gonna do? But good race nonetheless. Crazy, the varsity guys had a crazy showing that day for second place. Like, come on, let's go. That's basically first. I mean, it's close enough. So it was a good race.
Second race of the season, we go in at Jackson, and this time around, right out of Legends in the 31-minute race, I get a beautiful PR, 5 minutes and 21 seconds off my time, and it was a good race. I finally run what I wanted to, and we did it. I was beyond happy after that.
This meet was where everything changed. It was the Feds meet. I was tired of being slow, so I put in the extra work. I put in more work than I did the entire rest of the season. I swear it. And I went in as overconfident as I could be. I declared I was gonna break 8:20 that meet, and I did. I ran through. I was constantly motivated by Evan and Cammy being right behind me. It was just, I felt all the joy of being fast right there. And now that has fueled me to be a better runner, so I'd have to say Federal League was probably the best meet of that entire season. I mean, it was one of my only, but it was my greatest performing one, and I would gladly do it again. It was just a great meet, and I loved being there. I would rate it solid, amazing.
Federal League was my best race out of the whole season. The course was amazing. I got to run it with Coach K a couple days before, so I knew what to expect, and I hit my all-time PR there, 21:49, which was like 3 minutes better than my PR at the beginning of the season, so I was beyond thrilled with that race.
Federal League. Man, I've been waiting on first team for a long time. Oh, honorable mention my freshman year. Second team my sophomore and junior year. That junior year hurt. It hurt a lot. 9th place. So close. I didn't do it. I suppose it gave me some vengeance for this meet. And I know we didn't have awesome course conditions for the Jackson course, which everyone was hoping was going to be the PR course, including myself. Kinda sad I didn't PR this year. But whatever, it happens. Muddy course, still raced well. Great team finish for second place in the league. I mean, can't hope for much better than that other than beating Jackson, which we could have done.
So, Federal League. This is a fun one. I mean, team did really well. Got second place overall. They did Jackson. You know, we can beat them. So to start the race, I was really far back, right? I was falling and dating back until Austin actually pushed me forward. He shoved me and said, "You gotta go." And then I started going, and I was going through people, and it got to the point where we got to the cursed stretch of it, where something bad always happened. Usually something would fall in. This time, because it was muddy out, Tesfaye slipped and fell. Then Jake Craig went, "Are you okay, man?" and tripped on him. And then I tripped on Jake Craig. But then Tesfaye got up and I kind of stuck on him. And I kept climbing throughout, ended up passing Alex Zuckett partially through it, ended up getting up to, 11th. And then I made the final pass. I passed Ian Clevenger, who is awesome, but he had COVID recently at that time, so he was not the best. So I had a chance of beating him. And so there I was, going into the shoot 10th place, and then Ian Clevenger passed me again. I got kicked down. That's just kind of what happens to me. But you know, it's weird. The exact same thing happened to Kyle last year. So yeah, second team all Federal League, second team in the Federal League.
District. I shouldn't have been nervous for this at all, but I was kind of had some doubts. And it was just the ghosts of district past. You know, we hadn't made it out to the regional meet since 2016, and sure enough, you know, 2019 we had it made. You know, we just had some struggles right at the end, gave up some key points. Would have knocked off Jackson that day, who ended up making the state, and you know, just so close. And you know, it just felt like we were robbed that day. You know, we ran really well to finish out that season and didn't make it. And then last year, you know, going in, I knew it was gonna be tough. You know, there was some good teams in that field of, you know, the top 8 went, but you know, having Connor ripped away from us in the last second, you know, just really put a hurt in us without having, you know, it was tough to get a 5th all last year to score well, and then suddenly we needed to base our 5th and 6th to be our 4th and 5th, and then we still just missed by 1, you know, team place.
That's the way, PXC! That's the way, Connor, Kyle, Coop! Way to go, Alex! That's the way, Tom! Great job, Tom! There you go! Oh, let's go, Logan! That's the way, Logan! Oh. Kyle! Yeah, Kyle! Keep pushing! There you go, Alex! Go, Coop! Yeah, Tom! There you go, Owen! There you go!
Yeah, 4-wheeler guy. Yeah. He's getting mobile. Come on, Ronnie, let's go! Come on, Ronnie! Keep going, keep going! Nice job, Dom, nice
job! Let's go, Kyle! Let's go, Kyle! That's the way, Connor! Way to go, Connor! That's the way, Kyle! Let's go, Alex! Come on, Coop! Great job, Dom! Great job, Dom! Great job! Let's go, let's go! You ready to make a move? There we go, Kyle! That's the way, Connor! Way to go, Connor! We got a great team race going! We got a great team race going! Dom! You're helping us win this today! That's the way, Dom! Hey! We got the lead right now, 16! 19, Connor, great job, we're running great things! 25, Alex, 25! 27, Coop, where'd it go? Come on,
2, 10, 20! There you go, 10, 22!
There you go, Alex!
Go, Alex! Alex, coming through 10:27.
Here you go, Coop.
Coop coming through 10. Up there, Jacob. Dom coming through 10:45. Get your crack. Don't let it be you.
We ran really well that day. We got out well. Counting places, I'm like, we got this made. And I'm thinking we're beating some of these teams. I knew Louisville was way ahead, so I was like, we're anywhere from second to fourth, I thought. And I was thinking third or fourth, just looking at it. But then ends up being second. But I was scared to death because we finished, and I never see the finish at Toronto. So I run into the stadium, and Connor comes out, and he says his knee hurts. First time all year he said where his knee hurts bad, right where he had the surgery. I'm like, oh no. I was like, is he gonna be able to make it? He slammed into Noah Johnson in front of him. I guess when he finished it, he was okay on the cooldown. But then Kyle got passed by him in the end. And the way Kyle made it sound, I thought that, he got passed by like a ton. He's like, oh, everybody passed me. And it flashed me back to 2 years ago when Devin got passed by like 6 guys in the last 10 meters. And I'm like, uh-oh, did something weird happen. I was like, did you beat Alex? And he goes, oh yeah. So I was like, okay, so we're good. And Dom finished real well. Cooper was able to kick up all the way to Alex, which was great to see. And Logan had another nice race. And Owen, I thought, looked really good coming back on the varsity for the first time, in a long time. Breaking 18 and beat some quality guys in the district. So took care of business. District run-up was a pleasant surprise. Getting this nice little trophy right here. So it's always fun to see, bringing home some hardware to district. Not too many of those. Those go in the trophy case upstairs. So real excited to be moving on to regionals that week.
Hey everybody. So talking about districts, there's a lot to celebrate about this meet. Team did really well. Second place finish is the highest we've ever finished at a district meet, let alone to qualify to the regional meet, which was super cool. A little bittersweet for me. I was sick on that day, so I didn't perform as well as I thought I would. But I'm really proud of the boys for stepping up and really pulling it through for me. It's great to be able to compete with these guys every week, and especially at the regional and state stage. But we can't do it without districts. So great job, team, on runner-up of districts. Sorry I couldn't help.
I was running right next to Alex. Kyle and Connor seemed like they were in a good place, and the people that I should be running with, I was running with. And I remember Alex Zuckett being right behind me for a long time, and it was kind of funny because literally everywhere I went, all I hear is, "Come on, Alex, come on!" Because Alex is right in front of me, and then Alex from Jackson is also right behind me. So I heard the name Alex at least 100 times during that race. And yeah. Also, I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. My mind just completely blanked.
Spent the word trip, Karen. Let's go, boy! Go! Let's go, Hayden! Let's go, Hayden!
607, 608. Every day, let's go, Messi!
Let's go, Messi! 65 per mile!
Let's go, Owen! Come on, Riley! Come on, Thomas! Yeah, just stay in front of this group. Come on, Hayden!
time. Spread it out.
Push your kid. Sanders kid. Come on, Evan. Let's go, Gabe. Let's go. Push together. Come on, Nathan. Let's go. Come on, last time. Let's go. Come on.
Despacito.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's go. Push it downhill. Let's go. Let's go. 100 meters left. Go the downhill. Let's go. Let's go.
Tore up there. We dominated. They didn't score it officially, but looking at it on mile split, we scored 17 points to win. And most of our guys all won t-shirts. And I mean, how cool was it to see Nathan Pomeski walk up and get his t-shirt award as a senior? You know, getting an invitational award, getting Nathan Singo back as a senior, you know, first race since Walsh did it the last time. And, you know, running one up to also earn himself a t-shirt, but, you know, who could forget, you know, my guy Pat Ritchie mispronouncing all his names and you guys cracking up. But fun fact, that's when I learned to pronounce Evan's name, Evan Creator. I thought it was Createro for 3 years almost, so good job.
No, after that, that was around, like, there was a tree and then it goes like this, kind of. It was around after that I was starting to slow down. Then one of those Walsh guys caught up to me and went, "Come on, man, you can't slow down now." And that got me going. That got me, I stuck with him for as long as I could. And I stuck with him for a fair bit until the infamous Mud Hill. After that, that's where he lost me. But, like, other than that, I was keeping up with him. Still remember, number 5 on his jersey, I believe his name was Nick. I'm pretty sure his name was Nick. I can probably double check that. Probably in post-production you'll see the name, because my man deserves some credit. My man's pushed me. That was my last race cross country. That man was like, you know what? No, you're coming with me. You're gonna do good. You know that. Frankly, that's why I love cross country. It's just such a social sport where even if you're not on the same team, it's just you constantly boosting each other up. At least in my experience. Maybe it's different in varsity.
This pug pedal is going to be behind me for the Walsh Jesuit one, because I love the Walsh Jesuit meet. To only have to run 2 miles was amazing. I felt great. I was in the top group the entire time. I mean, the sad part was I did let Evan get past me. I didn't have the strength to keep up with him, so thank you, Evan, for beating me. But I tried really hard. That meet was good. I set a new 2-mile PR by like 10 seconds. I loved it. And the environment, it was just friendly because it was a bunch of us little youngins just running a 2-mile, living the best life. We sadly didn't get to see all-time Nathan Moore team. It was a very sad day for that. But wasn't it? To absolutely destroy everyone was pretty dope. There was 4 other schools, but it was still pretty hot. Yeah. It was pretty dope.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to find him in here. That's okay.
I see him.
That's why I like this race.
Oh, okay, they're on the very right. They're hugging the right. Okay, we're 504.
Here we go, Logan! 534. We got this! Yeah, let's win it, go, Coop! Yeah! There we go, guys! That's the way, Logan! Way to go, Logan! There you go! Let's go, Austin! We got this today! Kyle, 516, 517! Alex, 521! Cooper, 523! Come on, Logan. Where are you at, kiddo? Come on, Logan! Logan, coming through, 533! That is good. Logan! Get over here, Logan!
Logan started heads back already. You did? Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Great, let's be out there. Right next to me, buddy. Right next to me. Lay down in the front. Lay down.
You guys are popular. All kinds of pictures here.
What are we looking at?
Everybody!
Regional meet. Oh boy. That was one heck of a week. You know, knowing what we had to go and accomplish. I give a lot of credit to these guys that raced. We told them the news on Friday at practice. It was the coldest rain I've had. Heavy rain. That we were going to get outdone. So it was going to be a tough task, but not one that we didn't think was possible. And then, sure enough, we ran incredible. This was our best race. We put together Kyle being top 10, 9th place, second best finish anybody's ever had, and that's including when regional used to be 12 to 16 teams. There was 24 teams plus individuals in this race, so really that 9 was every bit as good as the 6th place finish Joe Sellum had my senior year. That was the best district or best regional finish we've ever had. So very equivalent, you know, if you look at the number of teams. So he does that. Connor's looking pumped up the whole way. He gets 20th to qualify individually. He's just nodding with excitement. Alex wasn't that far from making 39th overall. And Cooper was running really well, beating everybody we needed him to beat. But man, Logan, I knew as soon as he came out of the woods on the first loop, I mean, there's still over half the race left. I was like, we're in, without a doubt, because he's not getting past. And we're going to keep beating these guys because we know our top 4 never fades. and that's the way it's been for 2 years. So we got after it that way, and we busted out the brand new black and white checkers. You better look good, or you better run good if you're gonna look that good, because nobody wants to remember that team that looked awesome but finished dead last. So we went and got it done. First team since 2005 to make it, and getting fourth when top 8 go. It was kind of cool to know that we would have made it every year, even when only top 4 went. And you might have taken away a couple of those teams that beat us potentially. St. Ed's used to not go there, I think, so they wouldn't have been in the mix. But at full strength, I think we would have been regional runner-up. So it was awesome to see. It was a very exciting day.
Moving on to regionals, I think it's safe to say I could help a little bit more here than districts. I enjoyed this meet a lot. First time going to states as a team is the most exciting thing of all time. I remember qualifying to state myself last year and how excited I was, and yeah, that doesn't even compare at all to how exciting it was to have my boys qualify with me. I ran up front that whole race, and I think it's safe to say I've secured myself as a tough mudder. I like the muddy races, what can I say? And I think my guys do too. I firmly believe I have the strongest team out there on the course every week, and the rougher conditions, the better we do. So that was one of my best races, if not my best race of the season, and I'd have a hard time believing that it wasn't some of the other guys' best races of the season too. And there's that little cherry on top, knowing that Logan got to come in and be our 5 on a really important meet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for regionals.
I was told I needed to pass the last group of like 10 people to get to states. I thought that that's what we needed as a team, not individually. So, I waited too long to try to pass them. When I finally tried to, it was too late and we hit a spot of mud, and I could not move fast enough to get around anybody, so I had to get back into position to not lose any spots. And I had a bad last quarter of the race, maybe like 0.25 maybe, because I couldn't get around them, and then I thought I blew it for the team. I crossed that line, and I thought it was my fault we didn't make it. You have no idea how bad I felt. For like 5 minutes, I did not want to leave the bullpen area because I waited there for everyone else on the team to get through. Then I left. And there was Jason and Coach K. Were the first people to tell me that we actually made it. Not only did we make it, we got 4th. That was like the biggest, it changed the day I was having. It changed everything. From, it was my fault we didn't make it, to, oh my god, we got 4th, we're going to states, let's go! Getting on the bus. Yeah.
You guys made me do. You made me get grass stain on my white pants. I'm upset.
Poor Logan.
I'm upset.
Hey, don't you feel the rush? Oh, 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 oh. Gonna pick it up what you gotta lose. Gonna make it right with the life you choose. Everyone jumping in. If you run it all, make it on the line. It's the only life you got, so you gotta live it big time. Oh, 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 oh.
All right.
Let's go, Coach! Hey, Logan, get in front of him! Get in front of him! Let's go! Let's go, St. Francis! Oh, we keep going, Owen! You ain't gonna stop now! Keep going! Come on, Dom! Finish it off, Dom! Finish it off! Gotta keep going, Dom! Keep going!
Cooper Bell of Colorado was third. Luke Anderson was fourth. Liam Shaughnessy was fifth.
State meet. Didn't know if I'd ever see the day or I'd get to be here at this meet again with a full team. Kind of thought of myself as bad luck charm. You know, we missed out by 2 places going my senior year. And then the year after I graduate, I contend the team was not as good and they made it easier to make it. They took 5 teams out of the region, if I remember right. And they got to go to state the year after I graduated, you know. Which is cool, I'm happy for them, but should have been our team too. And then they make it again 2 years later. And then sure enough, I started coaching and I was helping the girls team out. And I did some workouts with the guys the last time they made it in 05. And I switched over to coaching the boys as an assistant in 06. And we brought 6 of the 7 back and the guys got a lot better. So it's like, there was never a part of the day or the year that I thought, hey, we're not a state team. And we were ranked way up there all year. And you know, as high as number 3 in the state. And then we hit regionals and just collapsed that year. So that was it, you know. The year I thought we were supposed to make it, but then we missed out. We got missed by 1 place then, basically. Missed by 1 in 07. Missed by 1 in 08. And then I was relieved in 09 when we got 7th in top 4 win. You know, kind of like, well, at least it wasn't 5th again. If it was like how it is now, taking 20 teams, we'd probably make it all those years. And looking back as a huge run of the team, which we were very good then. So then we had the bad luck of districts, like I mentioned before, recently. And to be there just felt awesome, you know. Wasn't nearly our best race. I mean, I think Cooper was hurt pretty bad at that point. You know, we couldn't even get him through, you know, the aerobic A workouts at Meredith at that point. He was about good for 1 very painful mile warm-up the last 2 weeks of the season. So not having him up close to Alex really tanked our team score. And Dom not feeling well, you know, after getting to come back that week, which was real exciting to see. It wasn't quite there, but you know, Connor, all Ohio, you know, texted JD Horton immediately saying, hey, you have company. You got another all Ohio to join in. He's pumped up. And you know, Kyle, maybe not the race he wanted, but you can't complain. 15:58 and 4th in the state. You know, might not be where he wanted, but 5 seconds faster. We're looking at a very happy Kyle that day too. And 5 seconds is nothing. You know, 27th and 40th, and then Alex. You know, it wasn't his best race, but it wasn't a bad race. You know, he was upset getting passed by some guys, and yeah, he might have cost us a couple points, but he did his job the whole year, getting us there. Like I said, Cooper being hurt and you know falling back to our number 5 guy, but man, Logan passing him right in the end, running 17:11. And shout out to Owen Tanzilli. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize, or looking back on this, whenever it's just watched, you know, maybe years from now, Owen just worked so hard all summer, did every bit of mileage she could, was with those top 4 guys in every workout, up until school started basically. And, was carrying them in some of these mile repeat workouts, and was having the best summer training. Was hurt, missed a lot of time in the middle of the season, comes back, isn't where he wants to be. And he told me about 5, maybe at most 10 minutes before the race, I think you should put Austin in. I'm not going to finish. This is going to be bad. And he was a nervous wreck. Went to the bathroom probably 6 or 7 times between the warming up and going to the race. It was disappearing at that point. And then race starts, he's competing. And he went out there and he beat Gronk's number 5 guy that day as our number 6. So he finished the season with a PR and did his job. And I'm sure he's excited for track. He's a little more confident running 2 laps on the track versus 3.1 on the grass or the hills. But, couldn't be more proud to see him PR in his last race at the state meet. 16th killed me because we're better than the 16th team in the state. We tied for 14th, so technically we're the 14th best team. We just lost tiebreakers. And when they were fixing things, when it was 11th, it wasn't bad, but when we were a good dom race or like a below, like just a kind of average, below average race at Cooper, from probably being 10th. And they're both good. I think we're probably 9th, 8th, maybe as high as 7th. It's tough, in that field. You're further back than you're used to being, but good time overall. Never forget, the Longhorn BDs. Just we'll get back there. You guys that are back next year, you should want to get back there if we're going to be good again. We've got a great season ahead of us. Track still. Let's get after it.
States was a good race. Very, very happy with how States went in hindsight. Beforehand, I was, having a little bit of a crisis. I was kind of freaking out a little bit. It had just been kind of like a rough day, and I was pretty stressed out. And I was like, bro, do I really want to race in front of all these guys that are just dogs? Not really, But I went out there and did what I could do, and I'm very happy with how I did it. The States, good ending of the year for all the boys there. So, good States.
States, baby! Woo! I'm recording this pretty late, so I don't want to wake everybody up, but this is the exciting, this is the most exciting thing of the entire season. Obviously qualifying there from regionals was amazing, but getting to be at States with a couple of my closest guys, man, sure is special. Nothing better in the world. In the hotel, we had a great time. We had a great time the whole time leading up to it. Going to Longhorn for dinner, super cool. Going to BD's afterwards, always awesome. I've been looking forward to that since State my junior year, and I'm so glad everybody got to share it with me. Even the little things leading up to it, talking to Coach before the race, getting the game plan in. I know it didn't exactly end up as we wanted it to, but I got to give props to the guys that put on a good show when others, feel like they couldn't. I know I wasn't too particularly happy with my race. Obviously set some really high goals for myself, and sometimes you just don't reach your expectations. But what you gonna do about it? It was still one of the coolest seasons of cross country that I've had at high school, and I wouldn't share it with any other guys. So congratulations on the 2021 Perry Boys cross country team going to States. I'm so glad I could be a part of that with you guys.
So I'm trying to get mentally prepared for the race also, because I felt like my body was prepared. It was loose. It was ready to go fast. But I just had to listen to music before the time, listen to Coach Bell with his pre-meet.
States was a unique experience, to say the least. I'm not going to say the least. I'm going to keep saying stuff. You're going to have to sit there through it, because I made this movie. It was amazing. We were the first people from Perry to do it in so long, and you know, getting to do that with the seniors one last time, getting to do that as a team, it means the world to me. But you know, then you look at my personal race, my individual race, and it was probably the worst thing you could ever look at. It was not even exaggerating, it was the worst race I've ever run. I mentally got myself so out of it. I asked Connor. I was in our hotel room with all the lights off, with headphones on, sitting in silence, trying to get myself mentally ready. Because I waited a year to actually finish this, we know how the story continues. And, you know, I personally had arguably one of the best comeback stories you're never going to watch a movie about. I'm not making a sequel. I'm not doing it. So until the novel eventually comes out, you're going to have to live just a montage. You're welcome.
I need one.
Machine up this hill. It's like somebody wants to.
Yeah.
Rolling.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
It's done. It's finally over. I've been working on this for like over a year at this point. Nobody even cares about it anymore, but I couldn't let it go because I had already spent a lot of money on this thing. I've been paying for an editing service because none would work with Coach Bell's audio. I don't know why, but you know, working on it for this long, you get to see a lot of growth happen outside of the range of, you know, the actual movie. Like, there's been a lot of growth, especially in myself. I had like a huge comeback story. It was actually pretty cool. You can see the map of the state meet right there. It was awesome, you know, but you know, my only regret is not being able to focus on some of the stories a little bit more, but you know, it was mostly montages, but I wish I could have focused more on Nathan. He had a great comeback. He had a couple races, then got hurt, and then came back and had one last final Despacito. It was the most hyped I've ever been watching a race. And I've watched some pretty great races before. That was probably the best moment ever. And like, Owen had the best trading season anyone could ask for, and you know, got hurt and couldn't compete at the same intensity until the very end, and you know, he got to have a huge comeback with that. He was one of the only people that feel they had a good race at States. You know, right after the race, everybody was either really happy or really disappointed, and he was happier than Connor was, and Connor had just gotten All Ohio. You know, this has been an amazing experience, getting to look into the lives, look into the minds of all these great athletes, and you know, see what really makes them go. Most of that didn't make the cut, by the way. Like Connor. Dude, Connor, you recorded the worst interview ever. You just recorded like a 30-minute monologue of you just rambling and then split it up. Most of it was unusable at all. You changed your shirt like 20 times. This is fun. I'm never doing it again. But it was definitely worth the wait. At least I hope it was. You gotta let me know.